The fake Coryxkenshin allegations. Hey yo, Corey, this shit is true, bro. Damn, I don't really know anything about it, but this video is gonna explain it, I guess. I've heard like about a TikTok or something, but I've really been like under a rock on this shit. Like it's been like how long now? Like a week this shit has been trending? Like I really need to get in the loop.
Coryxkenshin, an extremely successful YouTuber who was once considered one of the fastest growing creators on the entire platform. With over 22 million subscribers, he's known for his comedic gameplay videos, wholesome energy, and the way he built a fan base without ever clout chasing. Almost 3 years ago, I made a video about Coryxkenshin. Some of y'all might remember that one. At the time, he had just called out YouTube for what he believed was biased treatment towards his content. He dropped a video titled "Racist."
I remember that shit. Yeah, that was like a YouTube like moment. Like, you know, they always have videos and shit of people, but like there's stuff that just makes YouTube what YouTube is, and this video was definitely one of them.
And favoritism, where he spoke on how YouTube age restricted one of his videos while other creators didn't get touched. And that moment sparked a real conversation, because it was essentially a conversation about how black content creators.
And I love how he brought like other people into the conversation, like other YouTubers, but like he didn't really like make them seem like as if they were bad people or, you know, they're the problem. He just pinpointed specific situations to make it look like, you know, or like basically make his point more valid.
Don't always get the same benefits as other creators, and as a black content creator myself, I felt like I had to speak on it back then. But aside from it relating to black YouTubers, I also felt like, yo, I'm a creator too, so if a guy of this size who looks like me can go through it, then obviously it ain't safe for none of us. Okay,
for real. I know y'all can't see me, but I look like these niggas too. Okay, I guarantee you, like you can hear it in my voice. He did really like give me a lot of motivation. It's him and like KSI and them, like Kai Cenat, AMP. Like they really gave me like the inspiration I needed. Be like, damn, okay, like people who look like me can make it out of this shit. So like I can do it too, nigga.
From that, I want to have a conversation about a recent controversy Coryxkenshin found himself in. Recently, some allegations surfaced against Cory, and spoiler alert, those allegations have already been proven false. But even with that being the case, I still think there's a conversation to be had about accountability, about false accusations, about how quickly the internet jumps to conclusions.
For real, so like the way that these niggas just switched on this nigga, bro, so easily. It was crazy. I saw the whole internet going like, yeah, I knew this was how Coryxkenshin was like years ago. Like y'all just on the wave now. Like, bro, what are you on about? What are you talking about, bro? Y'all, this is the same people that used to watch him and put comments talking about W video, bro. W video. Like, when's the next one? The same people who were waiting for him to come back every time he went on a break. Like, damn, bro. It be your own people, bro.
Here's what happened. A few days ago, a woman on TikTok who goes by the name of Panda Ninja came out with a story. She claimed that she had dated Cory back in 2018, and in a series of TikTok videos, she posted screenshots explaining their relationship.
Damn, hold on. Panda look like a freak. Look at the profile picture, bro. Nah, this had to be a freak. Let's not get it twisted. She's a freak. This profile picture just proved it.
Series of TikTok videos, she posted screenshots.
Okay, so what's up? You still seeing someone? Why do you ask? Because I'm trying to fuck your life up some more. No, Cory, that's crazy, bro. Cory, that's kind of mad, bro.
Explaining their relationship and detailing their interactions. Aside from the screenshot,
the difference between you and I, those. I'm not saying that for you to feel bad or whatever, but for you to understand.
There was one video she posted that really blew up, and it was what set the tone for the entire narrative. In the clip, Cory and the woman are seen walking together, and she's recording.
This looked like a video from years ago, though. Like, this is not like now for sure. This is not how Cory looks now, just for like context.
Set the tone for the entire narrative. In the clip, Cory and the woman are seen walking together, and she's recording as they casually talk. And at one point, she asks him, "Did you watch me sleep?" And Cory responds by saying, "I did something to you while you were asleep too." Now, obviously, when taken out of context, you know, that kind of
I did something to you while you were asleep. Maybe he said it in a joking way. Hey, I'm not trying to like defend him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to defend anybody in the situation. I'm neutral until I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really know much about the situation. But let's not just assume that he just said that seriously. This is probably in a joking way. They look like they were laughing in that video.
Response can sound alarming, so what ended up happening is people clipped it, reposted it, and started spinning it into a narrative. A very serious.
Y'all, I'm actually grieving the Coryxkenshin situation. What do you mean? The nigga I grew up with watching has essay allegations with videotape proof? Y'all so quick to like, and people will watch this shit and be like, "Oh shit, Cory, this what you doing? Cory, what's this? Cory, what?" Like, bro, stop, bro.
First one.
If it's not like valid sources, do not believe that shit, bro. Please. Y'all looking stupid out here.
about what really happened in that clip.
Did you watch me sleep? Did you watch me sleep?
Yeah, I actually did something to you while you were asleep too.
What?
I'm sorry. I just got this fetish that I do. You know,
Fetish.
I didn't hurt you. You're good, right?
What'd you do, Corey?
Don't worry about it.
Corey, what did you do?
Do nothing. Look, this came right in my face. I didn't do anything.
Obviously, they look like they joking right now.
He did something, and I'm gonna find out.
She's literally
on
laughing
the
at
next
this shit.
episode of Nami
Dragon Ball.
First of all, she has one side of her head is shaved, bro. Is this not a sign?
Z, where you going?
It's not just a stylistic choice. Like, this is generally something that, like, has been recurring in history.
And keep in mind, they were dating at the time, right? And it seems like they were joking. I mean, Corey was not a stranger to this woman at that particular time, right? She's laughing, he's laughing, and to me, it comes across like this was just a dynamic they had off camera. That's the vibe that I got.
For real.
I'm not going to put a negative connotation on something that, in the moment, you know, both people seem to be enjoying. If that was their thing, then so be it. I'm not going to judge. But here's where things took a turn, right? She posted that same video with the caption, POV, you didn't know this would be one of the videos you could look back on and realize he never cared. He just wanted to see how long you'd let him hurt you. So now we're supposed to look at that video, the one where they were both,
I didn't even read the caption, bro. I was focused on the video.
you know, clearly playing around, and suddenly see it as something dark, as if Corey had, you know, done something malicious to her while she was asleep. But obviously when you watch the clip, clearly this is two people joking around. There's no tension, no fear, just banter. And you can, of course, be the judge of that. Another one of the posts that went viral came from a Discord conversation they apparently had, where she told Corey she had cancer. His response was, that was the most passive-aggressive cancer reveal ever. No one really knows what was said
What?
before this, or what even happened privately.
How do... Is this the entire screenshot? Like, how do we even know this is him? Like, realistically speaking, I'm not trying to... Again, I'm not trying to defend him, but, like, come on, bro. Again, like, how do we know that this is, like... Read that again, like I'm supposed to, like, find something new in this shit. Like, I read it already, bro.
And at the end of the day, it's a screenshot of a one-liner from a private conversation without full context, tone, or backstory.
Exactly.
In another screenshot she shared, there was a different conversation, one that felt a little more personal. I don't know exactly what led up to it, but here's how it played out. She asks, wanted me how? Corey replies, like how I've had you. She then responds, like in a relationship type of way or something else. Corey answers, like something else.
Something
And
else.
she finishes with, that's kind of messed up. I wasn't a toy. So we got different fragments from a bigger conversation with no real insight into, you know, the full back and forth or timeline.
Exactly.
So in a situation like this, obviously it's important to note, being emotionally hurt or feeling used doesn't automatically mean that you were abused, right?
Exactly.
If that's what actually happened between them, I may not think it's morally right, but it doesn't mean that a crime was committed, right? Like it was claimed in this situation. People are in toxic and dysfunctional relationships every day by choice. If both parties willingly stay in something messy,
So this is her now. Alright.
that doesn't automatically make one person an abuser. It makes it a complicated, unhealthy relationship. But once you take that kind of situation and try to reframe it online as something darker, especially creating a narrative and given the type of context that you want the world to see, at that point, it's not you seeking...
You could take anything, bro. Literally. Like, you could take any part of anyone's conversation that you've had with them and then just, like, crop it to a certain extent and then be like, bro, he said this to me, she said that to me. You know how many people got in jail because of that shit? Do you know how many people went to jail because of they're being falsely accused of different messages and different shit like that? It's so common, especially in this day and age. So, like, I don't think people should be just, like, making, like, definitive decisions based on what they see from this one girl's perspective. Corey has not responded to any of this, by the way. This is all from one side. We're all reacting to this shit from one side of the argument here. This is one side. Corey hasn't put on a video. He hasn't sent a tweet. He hasn't texted anybody. I guess people in his team probably, but he hasn't sent anything out to the mainstream media. So it's like, what can we really say about the situation until we get something from him?
righteous justice.
You feel me?
And unfortunately, that kind of thing always spills over, and it ends up hurting the people who actually need to be heard the most. Now, those were just a few screenshots out of, I don't know exactly how many slides she posted, but it was a lot. Multiple TikToks, several posts, and a bunch of screenshots where she explained how Corey allegedly emotionally used and abused her and manipulated her and treated her poorly, according to her. Now, once the story started going viral, the internet did what it always does. people started condemning him, making assumptions, and painting him as someone who had done something deeply wrong.
Stupidly, by the way.
All based on screenshots and her side of the story.
I'm not calling y'all stupid. I'm just saying, like, bro, like, y'all need to really, like, at least do your research, bro.
And the one thing that
don't just watch a TikTok and be like, oh shit, I can't watch him now. Come on, bro.
And after this was one of her old friends, like, you know, this woman who accused Coryxkenshin of these things. She ended up coming out and she had a couple interesting things to say.
I had literally just posted a video about my experience with a woman who accused Coryxkenshin.
I think I saw this video. She was talking about how she used to live with her, you know, back at the time when they were together, and she was, I don't know, I guess I'm gonna show the whole video now.
Of emotional abuse. Let me add a little bit of extra third-party context here. This is little 21-year-old me and Nami at the time. Notice that the side of her head is shaved. I'm saying this because even though the timeline wasn't confirmed,
I was literally just talking about the side of the head shave. Literally, bro.
Based off of the videos that she posted and the messages that she was trying to circulate, not having a timestamp, I'm pretty sure this was around the time I lived with her, if not slightly before. When we did live together, she did very briefly tell me about Cory, but more in like we didn't actually date. We just kind of talked, but because he was busy with YouTube stuff, it didn't work out. But while I lived...
Again, that is another thing. Cory, he has a lot of content and videos in his house, in the comfort of his home. So, you know what I mean? Especially that's just like the DDG situation, bro. It's like, how can Halle really say, like, he's abusive and all that stuff when we see him online and stuff and he's a different person, you know what I'm saying? And obviously people orchestrate and make their own personas for online and shit to, you know, fool the masses. But you know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that Cory has a YouTube channel that's basically like majority of his life, because I mean, yeah, that's his main paycheck right there, YouTube. So like majority of his life is on a screen, is on a camera, you feel me? It's like, how much time did he really have for you?
With her, before I even moved out here, May of 2017, she was already actively dating someone, a mutual friend of ours who I will not name because he's not into the drama. It's been 8 years.
I respect that. Because usually people be saying names and shit. It's like, damn, bro, I'm not even in this shit. Now people looking for my account. Like, dog, I'm glad she did that.
And then immediately after they broke up, she was dating somebody else. So things just didn't really add up. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, there's going to be a lot of people who know her and are going to be able to call her out because we had a humongous friend group in K-Town in New York. So
K-Town,
really interesting to see how many people are willing to come out and tell you guys that they know for a fact that she's lying because she's just always kind of been a shady person.
It eventually got to the point where she went live on TikTok to respond, and she said, I said 1,000 times that I did not get
this coming from somebody that lived with her, by the way,
essayed by Cory.
And I'm going to say this again, I never said he essayed me.
And then she also put up another post saying, for clarification, he did not essay me. But that only came after the whole thing had already gone viral. So this story, as you probably guessed, blew up. Cory's a pretty big name in the YouTube space, and there's hardly ever any drama surrounding him. He barely even pops out for his own content, let alone anything messy. So when something like this hits his name, it's gonna spread fast. Now even after it was made clear that nothing had...
this man's fan base, Mo, I'm just gonna like pause just to talk about this shit. But like, this nigga's fan base is on crack. You mean to tell me this nigga could be gone? This nigga could say, you know what, today I'm quitting YouTube, bro, and I'm coming back in 2026. These niggas would sit down there and wait for 2026 for this nigga to start posting videos again, bro. I am so dead ass, bro. That is literally what they did last time. And I'm not saying that I wasn't waiting, but I'm not like these niggas that's like every day they going on his YouTube page talking about when Cory coming back, tweeting every day, day 56, day 57. Like, bro, what? Nah, bro, I'm not that crazy.
Actually happened, like nothing criminal had happened.
I'm not that much of a fan.
People started kind of, you know,
but he has been an inspiration for me for sure. He's great.
From the goalpost saying things like, okay, maybe he didn't do anything illegal, but based on those conversations, he was still being emotionally abusive and whatnot. And that, of course, led to this entire story blowing up. We've spoken about topics like this before. Some of y'all might have seen my video on the YouTuber and rapper Young Philly, who got arrested last year in Australia.
Yo, when Philly getting out, bro? These allegations on him it's been there for a while, man. Damn, Philly. Like, Philly was really on the rise too. Like his music career, YouTube was booming. He had so many memes on TikTok. Like, people was feeling him like he was funny. Damn, like it's like radio silence now, bro. It's only like pictures outside of like the court and shit, and he doesn't really look like that good. You know what I'm saying? Man, I really hope he gets out of this, man. I'm not even sure if he's guilty of all that stuff. But, like, you know what I mean? I guess the truth will be revealed at some point. I'm not sure if he, you know, I don't really know nothing about that situation. But, you know what I'm saying? I guess the truth will be revealed at some point. But I'm hoping this is not true.
Really unserious rape allegations. Now, that story was an actual legal case. He got extradited from one city to another by the Australian government. There's an entire investigation, charges, and a case over his head. Those allegations are on the record. They're real. They're active. And they're being handled by the Australian authorities. But this Coryxkenshin situation is obviously different. This is someone coming online and trying to represent something that happened as one thing when it's clearly something else. And look, I don't really know, the full relationship dynamic between, Cory and this woman, right? But what I do know is that situations like this obviously doesn't help real victims of SA or abuse. It waters down what it means to come forward. It turns serious issues into meaningless drama. And when that happens, everyone loses. But especially the people who've been through real pain and now have to fight even harder to be believed. I can't speak for what she thinks her agenda was, but the way it looks to me, it looks like someone who wanted to go viral, not someone who genuinely...
Honestly, bro, like, she just wanted to come out and say, bro, yo, I used to be with Coryxkenshin. Immediately, now people are like, oh, shit, Cory had a girlfriend? Now they want to be with, like, they want to talk to you, they want to interact with your content, they want to follow you, all that shit, just because you're associated with this person. So, like, yeah, you can make a case that she just wanted, like, clout.
Wanted to try to hold another person accountable for real harm that they might have done. Because if that was the goal, you wouldn't leave room for this much confusion. You wouldn't present something one way, then backtrack after it spreads. Speaking of this conversation, right, I believe that there are way more women in this world who don't report when, something happens to them in a situation like this than the ones who actually do. Now, why is that? Well, the number one reason that I believe that, because deep down, a lot of these women, they don't really feel like they're going to be believed. There's so many women...
Yo, imagine if Cory comes out with a new video just like Castanet did with that woman that took a picture of him on the bed when he was like naked and shit. Talking about, I bought your domain, all that shit. Bro, that would be insane, bro. I've never seen Cory like that, bro. That would be insane. That would be crazy.
And walk around with stories they've never told anybody. They were in situations where they felt helpless, where their boundaries were crossed beyond anything they could have ever imagined. And once that happened, it wasn't just their trust that was taken. It was a piece of their innocence.
Like, for real, like, why you playing victim? Like, there's real victims out here that actually go through this shit. And you doing this is just setting them back, like, for real. Like, you just setting them back so far. Like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? There's real people who have these kinds of situations happen to them in real life, and you just using it for TikTok likes. Like what are we supposed to think of that?
Anyone they came in contact with after that point who said, "You're safe with me," they couldn't feel it, they couldn't believe it, because that trust was taken advantage of in a previous interaction they had with somebody. A part of who they were got left behind in that moment. So a lot of women who have things done to them, they end up staying silent because they've seen what happens when someone speaks up in a lot of situations. They end up getting questioned, picked apart, and a lot of times even blamed themselves. And if the person they're accusing is well known, you already know how that goes, right? And this is why I'm always going to believe in holding that space for victims to speak up. But here's the thing. When people lie about stuff like this, they don't just damage the person they're accusing. They damage all the women I'm talking about.
Exactly.
The ones who, to most people, aren't even real. Just background noise in an online debate. Just another thread, another headline, another comment section argument. But those women actually exist. They carry real pain. And when someone makes a false claim for attention, it makes it even harder for real survivors to speak up and be heard. With how fast things move on social media these days,
all of a sudden none of y'all watch Coryxkenshin and you never liked him anyway. That's why I was just like, yo, there's literal niggas out here that's be like tweeting like, bro, I knew this nigga was like this the whole time. And then as soon as this shit went like viral, and then like she said that, oh, by the way, he didn't actually SA me, like everybody's switching up. Like, bro, stop, bro. Just stop. Y'all looking stupid out here, man.
A false portrayal can reach millions of people before the truth even has a chance to speak. And once that image is out there, even if it's fake, it sticks. And that's the danger. And a lot of times, too, we've seen this in so many stories, but people don't care about hearing the truth because the lie is more entertaining. It gets more clicks, more comments, more outrage. It spreads faster.
People love that rise and fall story so much, bro. That's what TMZ runs on, for real. It doesn't even have to be like content creators. It could be celebrities, anybody that has like a certain amount of traction anywhere, bro. They rise, they have a certain amount of, obstacles they have to overcome. And then when they get to that mountaintop, and now, they famous, or they have money and shit, people know them and shit. all of a sudden this allegation comes their way, or you know what I'm saying, somebody says that they're not a nice person behind the scenes, and all that shit just you know, it tampers with what you want. It tampers with who the person that you really are. They trying to like play with your name and play with your image. You know what I'm saying? And they love that. They love that rise and fall shit. I don't know why. It's like, why would you put somebody up there just to tear them down again? You feel me? It's sick, man.
And it feels better to believe.
It's like people really, like, deep down, as nice as you are, you don't really want to see somebody else like thrive or be popular or make something of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because it reflects something that you don't have in yourself. You feel me? So it's not really Cory's fault. It's not really Cory's fault. This is a deep rooted thing, and everybody who watches Cory, and everybody who's on the internet, and every reporter, every interviewer, all of that shit, it goes everywhere. People like to see other people fail.
When you're looking for someone to judge, and that's the problem. It becomes more about gossip than actually caring about what happened to another human being. Whether that's someone having something done to them, or like in this case, someone falsely being accused of doing something they did not do. Either way, the humanity gets lost. I look at the story and honestly just think, this looks like two people who were in a toxic and dysfunctional relationship, or a situationship, or whatever you want to call it, over 7 years ago. And obviously, since I don't know the full story, because you know what usually gets televised is only a fraction of the truth.
I guarantee you, bro, like people who saw these allegations, they were just looking for a reason for them to unsubscribe. They were looking for a reason to go and tell the Cory fans, like, bro, I hate this nigga now. Like, they just wanted that little reason for them to just switch on this nigga so quickly. I bet you he lost subscribers because of this shit. He lost subscribers because of this shit. I guarantee you that happened. I guarantee you, bro. It's not really gonna stop him from doing YouTube or anything, but like, it's just it tampers with your name now. It's not really like you can't really avoid it anymore. You feel me? Like, it's gonna follow you for the rest of your career.
I'm not gonna sit here and judge the relationship itself too harshly because I don't really know, right? I'm just an outsider. What I will judge, however, is the fact that this person misrepresented what happened, and for that reason, it's really hard to believe anything they're saying. And that's the part I think is important to focus on, because it's not about this woman and it's not really about Cory. Because at the end of the day, most people are just going to move on after the drama dies down.
Exactly.
And ignore the damage that was done along the way. And I think that's a shame, because at the end of the day, this kind of story is about the women out there that they don't even have the words to describe. And stories like this makes it harder for, you know, those voices to actually break through the noise. That's what I gotta say. Anyway, if you made it this far, drop a like on this video if you enjoyed this conversation. If you're new here, my name is Blackie Speaks. Nice to meet you. Subscribe if you want to see my ugly ad popping up on your screen again, okay? And to all the new people,
for real, go check out Blackie Speaks, bro. I've been watching your videos for a minute, bro. You really wanted to go. It's you, Luesta, Patrick CC. I could, like, anytime I'm eating, I watch these niggas, bro. Anytime I'm eating food and I'm taking a break from like life in general, I'm watching these niggas, bro.
Nice to know ya.
For real, watch Mojo.
But again, y'all know that song? Anyway, any thoughts on this topic right here? Curious to hear what you guys have to say. Greatly appreciate you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the comment section below. But most importantly of all,
yeah,
I'll catch you guys in the next.
But yeah, this whole situation just got out of proportion for no reason, because it's somebody that just wanted a clout chase and wanted, you know, popularity and to bank off of somebody else's name that they used to be associated with. And it's a story as old as time. Like, this happens so many times in history, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm just hoping that, you know, this situation, you can just get past this. Maybe he'll make a statement in his next video and then just move on, do some more gaming video. Gaming videos. And, you know, everybody can just move on from this situation. And you know what I'm saying? And people are still going to root for him to fail. That's still going to happen. But we don't have to focus on that. That's not the kind of shit that we focus on around here. So, yeah, man, I'll see y'all in the next one, man.
Yo, gang, I need you to do a little something for me, gang. I need you to subscribe to the channel, press that notification bell, like it, all that shit. If you don't click on that next video, you're gonna find a roach in your room, bro. Real talk.